Hello everyone, this is Gabriel Garcia, the Wandering Quill, the Wandering Scribe, coming today with a Wandering Quill comic review. Now this is another dual review of a comic that I personally feel is going to lead the comics industry down an amazing path, especially in the genre of historical fiction and fantasy. And that comic is Changa and the Jade Obelisk. And I also got these comics at LA Comic Con, and honestly, these are simply incredible. Now, for those who don't know what Changa and the Jade Obelisk is, here is what it says. 15th century Africa. Along the east coast of Africa, a group of independent city-states illuminate the sandy shores like pearls with wealth and prosperity. The people are called the Swahili because of the common language they spoke. The cities thrive on the transfer of goods between East Africa and Asia, sailing the seasonal winds to and fro. One particular merchant set sail from the city of Mombasa, not to the east, but to a new city to the south called Sofala. He had no idea that this journey, this safari, was the beginning of a grand adventure like no other. Now, what I really appreciated is just, the artwork and the illustration. I mean, look at this. This is just amazing. And from what I've been told by the people, this is almost like John Wick, or John Wick type story. The story is amazing. The artwork is unique. And again, it's all, set during, the 15th century. It's so good. It's such a great story. The artwork, the characters, the character Changa and his team. It's just a beautiful story. Now, the deluxe edition, which I have, are the first two issues, and it really gives you an idea into the world of Changa and what this history is showing. Because there's a lot of magic, there's a lot of mysticism. Case in point, this panel, just look at it. Vibrant green. It's just incredible. It brings a lot of, mythology and magic of African folklore and mythology to the forefront, which I greatly appreciate. We don't really get a lot of stories about, East Africa, West Africa, or any country in Africa ever. So I definitely feel this is a great change of pace in the comics industry, especially for the independent comic industry. And honestly, it's just look at this group. Look at this squad. If that doesn't scream squad goals, I don't know what does. So the first two issues is literally Changa and his team going on this quest and finding out that, okay, there's a lot more to this journey than meets the eye. And, they go to Zimbabwe, and from what I've been told, they're going to travel all over the continent of Africa, and they're going to explore new mythologies, new legends, and in this case, is my personal favorite illustration, is Changa facing off against a were hyena. And there is a specific name in Ethiopian mythology and folklore, but if you know D&D, then that character would be classified as a null, to my understanding. So the artwork is just stunning. It's really a great introduction to this world. Now, as I said, I have two issues. Well, technically three, if you consider it. So the second issue, what I love is, it's a continuation. Because in the first deluxe edition, we found out that the characters are now going to Zimbabwe on their quest to know more about this Jade Obelisk and why so many parties want it, and what it ultimately has for the continent of Africa. The story itself is really good. We get more introductions of the characters and finding out, okay, there's something that's not being told, and it's such a good story, and I love how the artists and all the characters really blend well and showcase, the various cultures of Africa, from East Africa, West Africa, Central Africa, North Africa, and so forth. It really does feel organic. It feels authentic, unique, and again, it's a change of pace because, as I said in a previous author interview, the comics industry, in my opinion, is getting saturated with superheroes and so forth. But comics are more than just superheroes. They are a platform to tell great and unique stories. And honestly, Changa is another example of that. I mean, this is an amazing story. You could easily turn this into a novel, which, if I'm not mistaken, Changa is based off an original story and possibly a novel. So if it is a novel, I am going to find that novel and I'm going to have it here on the channel. And honestly, I mean, look at that. Look at that image right here. I mean, it's so good. The artwork, the detail, it really shows you this is not a place for the unprepared. This is a world that is made for those who can take punishment. And honestly, I have nothing else to say except this is an amazing comic, and I urge all of my followers to go and check them out. Now, I will list them down below in the description of this video. They are Media LLC, Publishing and Beyond, and 133arts.com, the people behind the artwork. And all the writers, I will link it down below, as well as their Instagram, to go and check them out, because this is an amazing comic. This is easily a 5 out of 5 for me, because I love history, I love mythology, and these two comics really, they scratch the itch, to coin a phrase. So I will link it down below where you can buy and support these comics and the authors, the writers, the people behind it, because these stories of the independent world need to be shared with the masses. And that's pretty much it, viewers and listeners. Go and check out Changa and the Jade Obelisk, as well as other stories made behind the people of this series, because you will not be disappointed. As always, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I will see you all in the next video.